Hey, good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. Uh, Buckle up, grab your favorite snacks, all that good stuff, because we're getting ready to drive through the city of Watertown, South Dakota. Now, I got another video of Watertown coming up, probably after this one, because I got a little carried away and did two videos of this town. Of this city. So anyhow, Watertown, South Dakota, is located towards the northeast region of South Dakota in Collin County. Uh, so, uh, so let's get going here. The population here is going to be 22,577 people, and this city has grown in population by 3.6% as of the 2020 census. Now, this is the fifth largest city in the state of South Dakota. Now, if you want to live here, the median rent prices are going to go from $600 to $1,530 a month. Your median home prices are going to go for the median home price is $254,000. And apparently this is one of the most expensive housing markets for a city this size in the state of South Dakota. Now, right now, there's one house that's currently for sale for 90 grand. And then from 90 grand, the next house that's available for sale jumps up to 185 grand. And the market here is fairly busy. So if you're wanting to buy a house here, especially one that's under the $250,000 mark, you're gonna have to move quick. That's all I can say. Now, although I say that, I also will tell you to still do your due diligence and make sure you're getting a decent value for the dollar when it comes to your house. You're not getting anything that's jacked up. You're not getting ripped off. But yeah, the housing market here is relatively competitive. This is a highly sought after area. As y'all can see right now, they're building a whole ton of new houses because a lot of people are wanting to move here. Now, me personally, I don't really trust new houses because a lot of times they throw them up, they use low quality material, and then when there's something wrong with the house, a lot of times these builders neglect to back their product up. Now, hopefully these people up here are good and they back their product up. But the experience I had with buying a new house was a nightmare. So me personally, I stay away from new houses. So anyhow, for crime, violent crime is not too bad. I mean, violent crime is only 6% above national average. And out of all the videos I've done so far, well, no, this is South Dakota. So property crime is only 4% above national average, which are not bad numbers at all. And the racial demographics are as following: 92.7% white, 1.9% Native American, and 2.5% Hispanic. Now, for those of you that have been watching my channel for a while, obviously you have watched at least some of my North Dakota videos. And I have talked considerably about the climate. And by the way, spoiler alert, I do got more North Dakota videos coming up. I'm just kind of switching gears just a tad bit and doing a few videos of South Dakota. But anyways, if you've watched my North Dakota videos recently, I've talked fairly extensively about the climate. Well, here in South Dakota, uh, I mean, I never lived here in South Dakota. I never been up here during the winter. But from what I hear from some of the locals here that have lived here, that are from South Dakota, or maybe they've lived in North Dakota and then they moved down here to South Dakota. I mean, they tell me that the temperatures are a few degrees warmer here, and the weather here in South Dakota, although the winters are still long and brutal, it's not quite as bad as it is up in North Dakota. That's what I've been told by some of the locals in this state. But as far as it goes for the climate, according to a little bit of research I've done, you can expect a low. You can expect the lows in January to be negative 40 degrees, and you can expect the highs during July to be 110 degrees, and that's Fahrenheit. And on average, they get 41 inches of snow per year. Watertown, they get 41 inches of snow per year. Now, one thing I can definitely say in terms of the climate about South Dakota is, I'm going to guess that South Dakota's climate is very similar to what it is in many parts of North Dakota. Because just like in North Dakota, here in South Dakota, at nighttime, it could be, I mean, like during the day, it could be 95 degrees. But at nighttime, the temperatures will drop into the low to mid 50s. And here in South Dakota, like North Dakota, there were several days, and there were a couple of days where the temperatures did get into the mid 90s. But for the most part, the temperatures here, when I was here, the temperatures didn't get much above the mid 80s. And the humidity level, again, in South Dakota, the humidity level is fairly low. It's lower than it is in your states further east. So I would say the climate here in South Dakota maybe is not as bad as North Dakota, but it's very similar. So just like I told you guys in my North Dakota videos, if you're going to move here and you're not familiar with this, and you're not familiar with the climate here, you never dealt with winters here in the Dakotas, when you move here, my suggestion is to rent something for a while, and maybe after a month or two of dealing with the renters here in South Dakota, if you feel that you're built for that type of weather, then go ahead and buy something if you desire. That's my suggestion. Now, as far as things to do here, I mean, for starters, Watertown is the home of Redland Art Center that houses a bunch of Terry Redland's artwork, which he was America's most popular wildlife artist. And as far as things to do, obviously you can go visit the Redland Art Center, and you also got the Bramble Park Zoo. Following that, you got the Mellett House. I think that's how you pronounce it, Mellett House, which is a historic home and museum. And this is also the home of former resident. This is also the former resident of the first governor of South Dakota. That's what I meant to say. I'm all messed up. Man, forgive me. I apologize. It's been a long day. So anyways, the first governor of South Dakota, his name was Arthur C. I want to say Mellett. I can't pronounce the last name. We'll just go with Arthur C. M. I mean, I just can't pronounce the names. Sorry. Anyhow, you also got the Watertown Family Aquatic Center, the lake. Then you, if you want to visit, I mean, and there are a couple of lakes in the area that you can go visit. You got Lake Camp Peace, Campeska, Kampeska, which is the third largest lake in the state of in the state of South Dakota. And you also got this another lake is called Pelican Lake, Pelican. And as far as it goes for higher educational institutions, you got the Lake Area Tech College / Community College. Now, this city does have some fairly decent infrastructure. Now, some of the major roads that are in this city are you have access to Interstate 29, US 81, US 212, and South Dakota 20. Those are going to be your main roads / highways that are going to be in this city. Now, Watertown does have a regional airport served by the Denver Air Connection. There's also a local bus system here. Now, I'll be honest, when I was driving around recording this video, I did not see a bus. Now, I forgot exactly what day I was down here. I mean, I was up here, but maybe it could have been during the hours where buses don't really run, or I just wasn't paying attention, but I didn't see no buses. But apparently this city does have a bus. They do got a local transit system. It's called the Watertown Transit Corporation. And then there's also a intercity bus. This intercity bus services, which is provided by Jefferson Lines. Now, apparently that bus goes from, I guess if you're here in Watertown and you need to go to another city, the intercity bus line will take you to the other city. And if you don't feel like driving to a larger city for employment opportunities, there are some employment opportunities right here in Watertown. You got Terex Utilities, which is manufacturing, and also some other manufacturing jobs. You got Worthington Industries, and you got Spartan. You got Spartronics, OEM. You got Spartronics, and you got OEM Worldwide, which are some manufacturing jobs. And I think I mentioned Worthington Industries. And as far as it goes for other type of occupations, if you have your degree in teaching, you can probably get you a job at the you can probably get you a job working for the Watertown School District. And for those of you that are in the healthcare, there's the Prairie Lakes Health System, along with Jenkins Living, which is a nursing home, I'm assuming. And for those of you that work in financing, or maybe you got some background in being a loan officer, you got Premier Bank Card Company. And I forgot to do one thing here for you folks. Well, before I do that, now this is my opinion about Watertown, real quick. Now, I think for the most part, Watertown is a fairly good place to live, provided that you got the money to live here. Now, I would say the worst areas here. I mean, I would say the only areas here that I thought were, a bit iffy. I'm not even going to say sketchy. I'm just going to say iffy. Were a few streets located on the northeast side of the city. But I would say for the most part, this city is a solid place to call home, provided that you got the money to live here. And I would say even in places that I thought were not as good as the rest of the city, even those places weren't bad. They just weren't as good as the rest of the city. Now on this video, I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but I'm going to mention it right now. On this video, you're going to see the north side of the city. And then on my next video, you're going to see downtown as well as the south side of the city. Now, I think on this video, you might see a little bit of downtown, but you're going to see more downtown as well as the south side of the city on my next video. So I probably should have mentioned that at the beginning. My apologies. Now let me look up. I forgot to look up one thing for you folks, and that is the distance from Watertown to Sioux Falls. Dakota to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Okay, the closest large city to here is going to be, I think it's going to be Sioux Falls, which is an hour and 33 minutes from here. Let me look up one more city. Yeah, I believe from Watertown, the closest larger city is going to be Sioux Falls. Alright folks, that's all I got for this video as far as my commentary. Hopefully you guys got something out of it. And, feel free to leave comments in the comment section. I'm fairly sure other people watching this video would much appreciate that, including myself. And as always, I thank every last one of you for tuning in to another episode of Andrew's Life. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy the remainder of this video and stay tuned for my part 2 of this of Watertown. Alright folks, y'all have a blessed one. I'll see you on the next one.